Melissa Atkinson, and I'm a lecturer in the Department of Psychology at the University of Bath. So I've been invited along today to kind of share a little bit about a project that I did in collaboration with Cubicle Theatre, the local theatre company in Bath. And it was a year-long public engagement project that we ran over 2018. So I guess officially the name of the project was Changing Rooms, Changing Views, but you'll hear me refer to it as the Cubicle Project, which is what it came to be known as. So I guess in the beginning, it might be a bit grandiose to say it starts with me, but I'm telling this story, so you'll have to bear with me. But I started at the University of Bath about 18 months ago, and one of the first kinds of opportunities that came across my email was from the Public Engagement Unit at the university, looking for people to attend a sandpit event. So this is where I met Caroline from Cubicle Theatre. And the sandpit event was really about bringing academics together with various people from the community who were interested in collaborating with each other on a public engagement project. So a way of, I guess, getting the research that we were doing out into the community and I guess for the community members to get that input from the research. So that's where this kind of story started. I guess to tell you a little bit about what my agenda was, I research in the area of body image and eating disorder prevention. And I guess in recent years there's been quite a focus on developing positive body image. So rather than always seeing how we can reduce negative body image, thinking about how we can improve and increase and enhance positive body image. And I guess on top of that, I've become more interested in how we can do this at a broader level, so within our communities, rather than always, working with individuals. So I was kind of interested in interventions that kind of focused on creating body positivity, and these, includes a lot of different things. I've kind of popped a few up on the screen there, but mostly revolves around learning to appreciate our bodies, and a key aspect of that is also, I'll just kind of point out there, body functionality. So rather than being focused on how we look and our appearance from an outward perspective, it's really about appreciating all the different kind of functions that our body performs. And we know that having this focus and these different kind of aspects and appreciating these different aspects leads to greater body image and also greater well-being. Kilter's agenda is probably slightly different to mine. They are a theatre company in Bath. They're quite a small unit, but they create kind of bespoke theatre productions, I guess you might call it, where they kind of create one-off installations in lots of different unusual places, and they really kind of work with a range of organisations to kind of do these pieces. But have a particular passion for inspiring people, challenging and really kind of engaging the community around various issues. And I might be speaking out of turn, but they do work a lot with scientists, so I'm going to say they love working with scientists. So yeah, they really kind of enjoy working with academics and had been doing that already, so that's why they kind of had this pull into the sandpit event. It's going to take me a long time if I keep going this slow. Anyways, so in talking to Caroline, we kind of hit it off, and she saw the importance of the work I was doing, and I was like, yes, I love theatre. I can't do it, but I'd love to work with somebody who can. So we developed this idea around kind of working together to bring these perspectives to provoke, challenge and inspire greater body positivity in our community. And the way that we did that was primarily through an installation called the Cubicle. So this was an installation, and I'll show you some pictures in a moment so you can see what that is, but it was primarily created for the Fringe Arts Bath last year, which we ran over a number of days, and it was a very intimate theatre experience, so just two people at a time. And they created this kind of 15-minute performance around some of the aspects that we've been, discovering, I guess, in our research. It was modelled on a high street change room, but instead of walking in and feeling dissatisfied and only kind of worried about what you look like, the idea was that you would have a completely different experience and walk out feeling inspired and more positive about the body. So there are kind of 4 aspects that they kind of revolve their script around that comes from the research. So again, mentioning that appreciation of body functionality, celebration of diversity, rebellion against the kind of the unhelpful media or the kind of the ideals that we have in our society, and just kind of being able to pass that positive message along. So this is what it looked like. It was, like I mentioned, a kind of a small changing room size theatre. And Ollie and Caroline from Kilter Theatre would greet the kind of the audience members and introduce themselves as their kind of changing room attendants and ask them what they might like to try on. Would you like to try on some diversity? Would you like to try on some rebellion? And then you kind of go into the cubicle, and over the kind of the course of 15 minutes, they kind of pop their heads in and out of these little windows and from on top. And there was things to listen to. There was surprises that came from all sorts of directions. There was things that they could kind of look at and turn around, all directed through the script. And they pretty much all came out smiling. So that was very nice. As I mentioned, kind of just this very short 15-minute performance. Just the kind of the 2 people was quite intimate. They had a chance to kind of interact with Ollie and Caroline as the performers as well. So I guess then kind of around the installation we had other aspects that the kind of the audience could engage with. So afterwards they could complete like a gratitude heart. So think about just one thing that they appreciate about their own bodies that they could either pin up or they could kind of take away with them. And we also have, we had a local Bristol artist who sat with us through at least one of the days, I don't think it was the whole time, and created kind of live artwork, which were then kind of hung up around the walls based on the conversations that she was hearing and what was happening. So that was very cool. And a lot of that artwork was then exhibited at the hospital. I'm not going to show this because it takes 6 minutes to watch, but if anyone's interested, you can YouTube the Cubicle. You might get a lot of random videos, so maybe type in the Cubicle bath, maybe, or Cubicle body image. But there's a little video that kind of documents the journey that we went on and some of the feedback from the audience members. So essentially, the experience was very well received by all the people that came through. As I mentioned, we had lots of smiles, lots of laughs, a lot of people reflecting that it really had inspired them to think about their bodies in a different way. And we collected some pre and post data on body satisfaction, and although it was quite a small sample and we didn't have a control for any researchers in the room, it did show an improvement in body image just over that short 15-minute period. So at the moment we're in kind of conversations around scaling this up and teching this up. So Ollie and Caroline have had some discussions with digital technologists and all sorts to think about how we can do this in a way that doesn't rely on Caroline and Ollie being there day in, day out. So it's a bit of watch this space. And that's it for me.